Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Guess what? Back at the dacha. You know what I'm going to do today? Well, it's something that I actually had planned for last week, but then other things got in the way, especially cutting the lawn. So today, I need to get it done. I need to patch up the cracks that are in my wood stove. So come on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here are the cracks right over here. Let's take a look here, right here. So these cracks and that right there. So what I need, and there's a crack right there. So what I need to do first is I need to clean this off so that any of the loose stuff will be taken off. And then I'm going to mix my cement and I'm going to putty it in. This is what I'm going to use to fill in the cracks. Super Kamen, Super Rock, and imported from Germany. So all you have to do is mix it with water. So a quarter of this, so 250 mils, will be for 1 kilogram. And then I'll mix it in a little bucket, and then I will cover up the cracks. All right, let's go get our water. Okay, first things first, I filled up some water here. And here's this old rag. So I'm going to use this rag and moisten it with the water and clean up around the stove so that it'll be nice and clean, so that when I start with the covering up with the putty, with the concrete, it's not going to be going on a dirty surface. All right, let's go clean. Okay, so I got the right consistency that I want. It's not too dry and it's not too wet. It's just perfect. This is exactly the way I want it to look. Now that it's all mixed, I can start placing it around all my cracks. Let's go do it. Okay, so I covered up all these cracks. Now we're here. There it is. I covered it up. I don't care what it looks like right now, because once it dries, I'm going to actually do another layer over top and smoothen things out. So right now it's just covering up all the cracks, and then probably next time when I come back here, I'm going to get a second run at it and cover it up and make it look nice. All right, there it is. So instead of sitting and waiting for the concrete to dry, there's really not much more that I can do in terms of fixing all those cracks, covering them up. So I decided to take out my table saw. Here, I'll turn the camera around. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got my table saw out, and I am going to cut some of this wood right here, make it into lumber. I actually need thin strips like this. Okay, so here it is. So my blade is a little bit dull, so I'm gonna have to replace it. But I figured that I can cut a few of these thin strips. I mean, check this out. This is the stuff that I had in the greenhouse over the winter because it was too wet. So stuff like this. Here, let's take a random piece here. What would be a good one? No, not this one. I can make something wider. Here, this one right here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this piece right here and I'm gonna make it into a nice thin piece of lumber. All right, let's go at it. All right, here it is. So this piece is cut into this, and I can actually cut this piece off right here, cut it off, and up here cut this off, and anything that is in the center, can I make it into a clear? No, I can't. Clear means is that when there are no knots showing. Okay, so I won't be able to get a clear out of it, but this is a good piece for, I don't know, let's say backing the backside of a shelf, let's say, that I want to make. And as for this right here, I can't do any more with it. This piece, I will end up cutting it into firewood. So there you go. that is value added from garbage wood. So it was basically taking a piece that was like this and cut it off, and boom. So this goes on this side, and this piece, I'm going to take it over here and put it up against the tree. There we go. And when I get time, when this fills up, this area right here fills up, I will use Mad Max to cut up into my firewood, which is pieces like that. All right, let's get back to work. The only thing that's slowing me down right now is the blade. It's getting pretty dull, so it's not running as smoothly. I'm just kind of pushing it along. But you know what? I'm only going to be here maybe for another 45 more minutes. Even if I get like 5 pieces done, that's 5 pieces that you don't have to do next time. And that's more lumber that's made, so I have more stuff to choose from during my winter projects. Anyways, let's go back to work. Okay, I stopped the saw here just to show you guys what it looks like. I'm making 1x2s. Okay, so 1 inch this way, 1 inch. Here we are, 1 inch by 2 inches on this side. So I'm able to rip it down, and all this right here is not going to be thrown away. I'm not going to throw this away because I can still rip it down and make lumber on the other piece. And all that will be left, the garbage, is just right here, and this is called the wane. So let's take a look at what it looks like once I have it all cut. Let's finish cutting it. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so we cut it, and what do we get? A nice piece here. Now you could see that my saw is getting a little bit dull. See right there. So I'm pushing it through. The blade is getting dull, but I do have a nice piece. So let's take a look here. Check this out. Okay. So all these pieces were made. Didn't take that long, probably about 15 minutes. And there you go. Now I can build with it. And as for this piece right here, well, I will be able to save it. What I could do is I can cut, I don't know, probably 1 inch. And I can cut it all the way down probably to this knot. And then the rest, I don't know, I might be able to cut it down even more, or that could be firewood, but I will still be able to make something out of this piece right here. Okay, I am done for the day, and gonna shut her down, clean up, and go home. There's maybe about another 30 minutes of daylight left. So on my way home, I'm gonna actually stop at the Leroy Merlin because I need to get another saw blade. And I'm going to actually price out that lumber right there. I want to actually see how much it costs. I kind of have a rough idea, but I want to be exact. I want to see what is the value of this lumber right here. Perfect building material. So on my way home, I'm going to stop. I'm going to get the saw blade, and I'm going to price out those boards. All right, got to clean up and got to go home. Okay, I'm all cleaned up here, and I forgot to mention last time that I got these guys right here. These are the 3/8 inch width. These are going to be used for backing of, let's say, shelves and stuff. So I cut about, I don't know, about 7, 8 of them. Okay, some of them will have to be trimmed down, like that one over there. Firewood for whatever is the waste. Oh, I see another one right there. Okay, and over here, there are 2, 4, 6, 7. So I measured these ones up top. They're just short of 9 feet. So I got 2 9-footers. Obviously, they don't sell 9-footers. It'll be an 8-foot. And these ones are 7 and 6. So let's say it'll be 2 6-footers. And these ones are probably going to go down to 4-footers. So I want to price them out, at Leroy Merlin at the building center, and I just want to see what is the value of these pieces, including these ones right here. All right, so there it is. So I'm gonna jump in a car and on the way home, stop at the Leroy Merlin building center, and I'll show you how much they actually cost if you go to buy them. Okay, so yesterday when I was coming home from the dacha, I stopped for some fuel and I filled up gas, and then I was supposed to go to the Leroy Merlin to do the price checks on that lumber, and for some reason, I don't know, I just totally forgot about it. So I came home and I realized, like, oh, I didn't go to the Leroy Merlin. So today I'm gonna actually go to the Leroy Merlin and I'm going to check the prices out on the lumber to see actually how much does it cost, because yesterday I was making it myself at the dacha. Let's go inside, let's check it out, let's check those prices out. Okay, so I'm standing right over here where the wood is. Now this right here is what I was making yesterday. Here it is. Okay, this is the 3/8. Now if we take a look, this is finger jointed. So this is not one solid piece. And let's take a look. What is the price of each one? Let's turn the camera around. Okay, here it is, 380 rubles. So what is that? That's about $5.50, $6 for each one. My God, I made, what, 12 of them yesterday? Okay, now let's take a look at the 1-inch stock. Okay, so I did not find the 1-inch stock because this one is probably like a 3/4 inch, but quite similar in width. Now, what's the price on it? Here it is, 570 rubles for this piece right here. So what is that, about $9 each? So everything that I made yesterday, the 1-inch stock and the 3/8 stock, if you add it all up, I don't know, I probably made $100 worth in about 15-20 minutes. So there it is. You could easily make your own lumber. Just go to the sawmills, get your trim ends and run them through a saw. That's it. Yeah, okay, these ones are planed, but the interesting thing about this is that they are finger jointed. Okay, so it's not one solid piece, it's all these little pieces that are put together to give you your board. So there it is. All right, now you know. Anyways, thank you for coming along, and see you in the next video. Пока-пока.